Welcome to my channel. Today I thought I'd turn the webcam on and I'm going to work on another spread in my Shabby Chic Rustic Journal. I did one other that you can find on my channel, and I wanted to do the back pages. So just a quick little tiny flip through here of a couple of the pages that I've done. I didn't do this one on, or I haven't done all of these on camera at all. So I'm still working on those. I've got a few pages left here. Today I wanted to do this back one, and I haven't done the cover yet, so that'll be a big project when I do it. I had some digitals printed out, and I used to cut these and use these in clusters and things, but I had these here, and I thought that that would be a good start to my page over here. So I think I'm going to put a little bit of, I'm using gathered twigs. So I thought I'd put a little around the edge. Today I'm going to use a lot. I bought a I bought a vintage wedding dress a couple years back, and I cut it all up, and I've been using it off and on. If you've ever bought one of those before, you'll know that it has a lot of beading on it. When you cut it up, the threads in the back, you'll cut the threads and a lot of the beading will come off. So you have to be careful how you cut it, and you have to use some glue on the back if you want the threads to stay. So it wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be, but I got it in big pieces, and then I just take it and cut pieces off. I'll glue the back, decide where I'm going to cut, look at the threads, and then glue the back where I'm going to cut, or I'll cut and then glue the back so that it doesn't just all fall apart. You'll see the pieces here in a minute. So I'm going to make sure I already inked this one, I think. Make sure it's all inked up. Okay. I'm going to put it over this side because I'm going to have a pocket right here. So I'm going to put it this way. This won't be showing, hopefully, mostly, if my plan comes together. You never know, and things can change in the end. I'm having a lot of fun doing this one. It's just totally different than what I normally do. When I look on YouTube and watch videos, I tend to go towards the ones that are this kind, shabby, lacy shabby, or neutral, you know, like the browns, blacks, tans, beiges. But when I try to make them myself, those colors and stuff, I always have trouble. So I'm glad this one is turning out. I started trying to make a big one, a big size journal, and I couldn't get anywhere until I made it smaller like this. So you might think of that sometimes when you're trying to do something new. Start small and see if that helps what you're doing. Okay, now we're going to take a piece of that wedding dress. It's got the satin on the back. This was the edging, and that was pretty easy to cut off because you didn't have to cut where the stitching was, and we didn't have to cut in here. There's all these little stitches, and these are the things if you were going to cut that you'd want to glue, otherwise it's going to fall apart. So what I thought was is we could make a pocket out of this like that, and it doesn't matter if it's hanging off the edges because that's part of the shabby chic part. No, I want to use fabric tack. I guess what I need to decide is, do I want to glue it here too? I think I do. So I'm just going to glue on here. Let's see how far we want to go. I want to cover up this little V part here. So let's start right here. We can always add more later and go along the edge. Not sure how far to go over here. Let's see what we got here. I always like to use a paper towel on things that are going to come through. Keep turning it and press it down that way. We might have to come back and glue a little more. I think we might have to glue a little more up here. Right there. I think we got, well, maybe just a little bit more right there. Okay, now, hopefully, that makes a pocket. So we'll let that kind of dry. And then, on this side, I tried a new technique where you take an embossing folder and you spray it or ink it. This was actually distressed ink. So I inked the embossing folder, then I put this paper in it, and then I ran it through the die cutting machine, and it inked and embossed this paper. Then I tore it out. I thought it turned out pretty cool. So what I'm going for, this is another piece of the wedding dress. Now this piece had to be glued on the edges. Some of this had to be glued, otherwise it would just come apart. And I'm hoping for, here's another pocket. Something to start out like this. So I'm going to glue this down, just trying to decide where I want it, kind of look at it, so I get it back in the right spot or close. Get right up to the edge. Alright. Now, kind of have it right about there. Right about there. Since it's going to come out on the edges, I use my little napkin here, and it kind of catches the ones that squish out the edges. It's a little bit tall. Put it down just a little bit. That's one thing about Shabby Chic. You can have it sticking out all over the place. You don't have to be all in the pages that I've already torn and ripped, and so alright, now I want to make a pocket out of this too, and the edge hangs off a little bit, more like this, kind of like this. Yep. So we're going to put some glue right here, skip the corner just a little bit, and then go right here, and then I might lift it up and do it as I lay it down on that part here. So, gonna go down here like this, skip the corner a little bit, and stop right here and see what we got going on. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I was making a cover using some of this wedding dress, and I glued way too much of it, and I couldn't get I wanted to stick something in it afterwards, and I couldn't get it in there because I glued too much of it down. But you can always fix mistakes. Always. I don't care. I just made a journal where I made the top, I don't know, it was just a little short. So the pages were sticking up just a little bit, and I really liked the cover. So I just stuck some lace on it. You know, I mean, seriously, there are no mistakes. You can fix it with some lace, or what they used to say when I first started junk journaling, you stick a butterfly on it. So now, essentially, we have 2 pockets, and that's what you want in these. You want lots of pockets or lots of, because you're not going to have a ton of writing space. So, and since my theme is, oh, I know what else. I want to put this on here too. I want to make sure it's not covering the rows. Since the theme is kind of vintage stamps, I want to get that in here too. And this is a seal, a vintage, it's 5 cents, it's a postal seal. So, I'm going to put that there. Now I'm going to make a tag with this side right here. I'm going to make sure I didn't stick to, I'm going to use this piece of paper. Make sure I didn't stick too much glue in there. I think it'll fit. Okay, because I'm going to put a lot of stuff on that tag, so hopefully we'll be able to get it in there. You know, if it doesn't fit, we can always clip it on somehow. We can just clip it on. What the heck? I just dropped something. Let me get it. Dropped something on the floor. Oops, and then I hit the webcam. So, I have some embroidery. Oh, I want to make these pockets. So, once again, let's see. If I just go along this edge like this, maybe that will be enough. Because I do want to stick something in there. Let's try it first. We can always add more glue later. I like that piece sticking out. So there we go. Now I want to go around the tag because why not? And I want to do it another pocket on the back side. So we're going to have to move it a little bit because the shape of the embroidery that I cut out is more circular, but we're going to force it to be straighter. Okay. This is probably going to be a long video. Okay. Now it's going to stick to this. There we go. Oop, don't stick that down. I like that hanging off. Alright, I got to wipe my fingers off. Everything's sticking. Okay, what I want to do... Oh, I know what else I want to do. I want to distress the edges of that while we're letting it dry. And hopefully not stick to this. It's not going to stick now. Distress these edges a little bit. What I love about fabric tack, well, you can love it and hate it, but it does dry quick. It puts fabric down and it sticks it right to it. So you get it on your fingers, you can never get it off. Well, it takes a while to get it off. You can get it off, but and it's got the strings when you're messing with it, but still. Gotta love that quick drying fabric sticking. Okay, when I'm done, I'm hoping to have 2 pockets. Let me wipe this off. There's no glue here. I'm hoping to have 2 pockets, and I have some things to stick in them. Oh, let me get the punch. Later on, I might come back and might put some fibers in these tags. But we'll make the hole right now. So what I want to do is stick these in here. Oh, and let's see which way. Yeah, I want that one out. So this is a flower eye fussy cut out off of some cardstock, so it's got a little weight to it. So let's think about that on one side, and then on the other side, another little tag, like so, and then another little tag. This is out of some textured wallpaper, like so. So there's my little tag, and I have this label. I thought I would put it on one side or the other. This is the side I'm going to have facing out. So I think maybe I will put it on this side, because that's the one you're going to see when you open the book. So, and this is just a ornate label out of a vintage book online that I printed out and just cut out the I think they call these ornaments. Back then they called them ornaments. Alright. Now we're gonna I'm not gonna glue all the way to the edge on that one, because which one would be, no, that one. This one I can, because it's gonna go over that hole, that slot. It's just a little big. Alright, let's set that aside and let it dry. Now we're going to work on the one, the other one. We're going to put something in here. And when I started this journal, I got a bunch of vintage stamps online, and then I enlarged them. And I was thinking about putting this in here. It's on a cardstock, but I was going to pretty it up a little bit. So I was going to just add a couple things. I made some hearts. All you do is take some felt, and then take your material and you fold it in half with the material and the felt, and then you cut it in the shape of a heart, and then you glue them together. It's pretty easy. I have a video on decorating these. I can't remember what I called them. But if you look through my videos, you should be able to find it. And it shows on the video how I did that, how I made the heart and then the piece of fabric. And it matters which one you put first, the fabric or the felt, so that the fabric will be smaller than the felt, so the felt will show through a little bit. So probably could have used fabric tack on that too, but this will work too. Aleene's works great. And then I have a couple roses. I need to cut a little more off there. I didn't bring my fabric. Geez, you don't ever cut with paper with that I'm going to do it this time. You know what? I could leave that on there. This is a shabby one. Never mind. I'm going to leave it on there. And I'm going to use my fabric hat because this is fabric and fabric. We're going to glue that on there. So a lot of this is about, underneath there, is layers and layers and layers. Oops, wrong one. So what I was wondering was, I don't think I have enough room though. What I was wondering was if I could put, that's going to go in there. I was wondering if I could put this on the back and it still fit. And I don't know if it's big enough. What do you think? It's going to cover up that other one pretty good, huh? Well, another thing I thought was, what about a little bit of this on the bottom? Like, so that might be the best. Like that. Oh, I like that. I like that. I could have moved this up just a little bit. I don't think I can move it anymore. And here we go again. I'm going to be cutting with my, let me get my pinking shears real quick. I have some, so I quit cutting with my, you never want to cut fabric with your paper scissors. It's one of the first things I learned when I started junk journaling. Okay, that's going to be cute. So, put a little dab of this on here. And you can keep adding to these. I mean, I think I look at some pages, if I come across a little something I got, I think it would look good, I come over and add a little. That's set for a minute. Now let's see. My computer's off. Just a second. Come on, stay on. I don't think it affects the picture, but the, okay, it's still damp. So this is going to fit in here. We hope. Maybe not. It's still wet, so. I might have glued too much down. Now I can do it sideways a little bit, like that. And this one's going to fit in here, like so. There we go. And like I said, you never know. I might add a little bit. I might put something in the middle of them. Oops. But there's what we got for today. So I hope you guys are having a fun day crafting, and I hope you enjoyed my video. Any likes or subscribing would be great. I really enjoy sharing with you, and I really enjoy watching all of you do your crafts. So thank you for watching and have a great day.